welcome here to MoreTALKFCB and welcome to the Copa America final, which takes place in Brazil, between Brazil and Argentina. This is a clash that simply demands the attention of the world, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking down the tactical clash that is going to play out on the field on Saturday. We're going to be talking about the mental battles, the physical battles, and the head-to-head battles between these two giants. It is all coming up, so let's get to it. And I think what we have to start with here, when you're talking about a final between Brazil and Argentina, we have to talk about pressure. We have to talk here about managing the occasion, because this is a massive game. This is an absolutely huge game. The fans of these nations, they demand you win. You can't lose against your arch rivals. And in a final, this is absolutely huge. And I think for Argentina, what they have to do in this game is believe. They have to believe in themselves. They've got to believe in their teammates, in the process that they've been going through during this entire tournament, that they can go toe-to-toe with Brazil. It is time for Argentina to believe in themselves, because when you look here at these stats throughout Copa America this year round, you can see that actually there's not too much between the sides. There's all this talk about Brazil being favourites, and they are favourites. There's no denying that whatsoever. But I don't believe that this time around there's a massive gulf between the teams. I don't believe like Brazil are head and shoulders above what Argentina can do. Argentina, at their best, they've shown that in flashes throughout this tournament. They can trouble Brazil, and what they have to do is manage that pressure and belief. And of course, guys, so much of this game is going to be decided before we even kick off, because it is going to be all on the coaches there, Tite and Lionel Scaloni, to decide exactly what team and exactly what tactics we are going to see play out at the Maracana on Saturday. And of course, Tite has more experience than Scaloni. He's also got the know-how when it comes to this stage of the competition. He knows how to win Copa America. He knows how to win finals. Scaloni, meanwhile, will be experiencing this final for the very first time. But I do believe that throughout this tournament we have seen progression from Argentina, we have seen improvements, and what you can definitely count on is real togetherness and real team spirit, which, as you saw against Colombia, it can take them far. And in terms of exactly how the two teams could and will line up coming into Saturday's final, of course, with Brazil, what you can absolutely guarantee with Tite is that they're going to line up here in a 4-2-3-1 formation. What they do have is the two holding midfielders there sitting, protecting that back four. Brazil are very, very defensively solid. I think going forward, there's a little bit more concern, maybe a little bit more uncertainty. Brazil haven't really found themselves an out-and-out centre-forward that they can 100% count on. But I think when it does come down to it, this right here is the foundations of what we can expect from this Brazilian side. I do believe it'll be Ederson in goal. Obviously, Alisson is available, but Ederson has played the majority of the Copa America games so far. Renan Lodi at left back, Danilo at right back there, Thiago Silva and Marquinhos very, very solid there at centre back. You've also got Fred and Casemiro in midfield, a player that we know very, very well indeed from his days at Real Madrid and in Clásicos, of course. Neymar will operate here, not really from the left-hand side. He's going to make his way central in a very similar way, actually, to what Messi will do for Argentina. I'm sure Richarlison will be involved in some capacity, but that's the question. Will it be there as that number 9? Will we see him out in a wide position? For me, I think he is going to start up front in that number 10 role. They tried Firmino. They tried a number of alternatives in that area. They are going to miss Gabriel Jesus in this game. He is suspended and out on this right-hand side as well. I do believe there we are going to see Everton, and in that 10, I think Paqueta has really earned his place. 2 huge goals for them in the last 2 rounds of the knockout stages, and this, probably, what we can expect from Brazil. From Lionel Scaloni's Argentina, we can expect something a little bit similar, but there is a difference in shape here when you're looking at Argentina. They will also line up with a back four, but it'll be a slightly different structure in midfield, and this is an area I think Argentina simply have to do well in. Midfield there, one man usually sitting. You've got a player here off to the right, interior position, and also here off to the left-hand side, but Scaloni has got a huge dilemma there in exactly how offensive he wants that midfield to be. And in terms of the front three, you've got your out-and-out centre-forward here. You've got Lionel Messi, who is going going to come in from that right-hand side. But it's very, very important here. Who is that third man going to be for Argentina? Because what we can count on that is going to be Emiliano Martinez following up his stunning performance against Colombia in goal. Tagliafico and probably Montiel, although that is not 100% guaranteed there at right back. At centre-back again, there is a little bit of uncertainty. Otamendi will certainly start, but who will partner him at centre-back? Petzela right now looks like the favourite, although Argentina would love to be able to count on Christian Romero, but will he be fit? And if he is, will Atalanta allow him to play in this game? In midfield, Paredes is certainly going to start alongside De Paul, but like I say, who will be that third man? Lautaro and Messi there leading the line. And I think in midfield, what Scaloni has to do is be brave, because what it would be easy to do, and this is what I hope that he doesn't do, is be a bit negative. What he can actually do there is play Guido Rodriguez, who's been very, very good at Copa America, but it would make that midfield a little bit negative. What he could also do is play Giovanni Lo Celso, somebody there who can break the lines, who can get the ball to Messi, who can run in behind Brazil. That would be my option. And then on the left-hand side, I do believe he will go with Nico Gonzalez instead of Papu Gomez. And let me just explain how all of that could look on the field. Because when it comes down to it, guys, this is basically how we are going to see the two teams go head-to-head on Saturday night. And certainly there, that midfield battle is going to be so important for me, because Casemiro, you know that all game long, his sole priority is going to be following this man around. Messi, wherever he goes, Casemiro is going to look to follow him. And what it's about for Argentina is, yes, you can accept that's going to happen. And yes, at times Messi will be able to get away from Casemiro. But what that does as well is that it takes one man there out of Brazil's midfield. If he's going to follow Messi round, if he's going to stick really tight to him, what that is going to do is open up some space here. I think De Paul is a really important player for Argentina. I've been really impressed with him throughout Copa America, and this is why I would like to see Scaloni be bold in that midfield, because yes, you could have two players here anchoring. Paredes can get forward, but it would be quite defensive there if you played Guido and Paredes together. But instead, if you were to switch him out, bring Lo Celso in, that for me would be much more able to go at Brazil. Because then if Casemiro is getting dragged out here, if Casemiro is going to follow Messi around, you've got Lo Celso who can operate in those spaces. You've got players there like De Paul who can find in those spaces. And what I think is really important is that Argentina, time and time again, look to stretch Brazil. And this is why I believe that Nico Gonzalez is going to be in the team. Personally, Papu Gomez, for me, better player and also been in better form right throughout Copa America. But what Nico Gonzalez gives you is somebody there who's going to run. Because in that forward line, you've got Lautaro, you've got Messi, two players there who are not really always going to be running in behind. What Nico Gonzalez will give you is a lot of discipline. He knows his role, he understands his role, and time again, he's going to run in here. And again, it's all about opening up that space. It's all about making Brazil try and feel a little bit uncomfortable. Because if you've got Nico Gonzalez running in here, if you've got Messi then moving, you've got to try and track him. You've got Argentina's midfield there. If it's offensive, they can cause problems. And suddenly then Argentina, they can start to get some momentum. It's all about building momentum in a final like this, getting your foot on the ball, getting a bit of confidence, and ultimately then trying to breach what is, you look at that there, a very good defensive structure. However, what we do have to acknowledge is that it's not only going to be about what Argentina do, it's not only going to be about the attacking play and what Argentina can do to Brazil, what can Brazil do to Argentina? Because of course, just like we're mentioning Messi, we have to mention this man here. Neymar Jr. is going to get on the ball, he is going to cause problems, he's going to come inside, although that's going to be interesting because actually here I feel as though up against Montiel, maybe he'll fancy his chances, but will he stay out wide and actually try and make some inroads there, or will he come central, maybe combine with Richarlison here, Everton as well, and of course Paqueta? You've got to be aware of him. And what really doesn't fill me with confidence is this centre-back pairing. Yes, recently they have been pretty good in terms of not making mistakes, but I do just feel as though when it comes down to it there, when you've got Neymar coming up against Petzela and Otamendi, you've got Richarlison there, who's certainly capable of scoring a goal, and what Argentina can't do there is fall asleep in midfield. Because yes, you can focus on the defence, and yes, of course, that is going to be very much the attention there, keeping Brazil's forward players quiet. But what you can't do there, when you're sort of defending in your own area, when everything is sort of very packed and Brazil are putting the pressure on, don't fall asleep in midfield, because Paqueta, he can make runs, he can find spaces and score goals, as we've seen in these past few games, and it's going to be all about Paredes, it's going to be all about De Paul and Lo Celso tracking back, making sure they're covering the right runs, because Brazil do have a lot of weapons right throughout the field, but they're not invincible. They're not unbeatable as a team, this Brazilian side. Yes, for me, they're very, very effective. They're very good defensively, and they will find a way to win if you let them. But you look at the players that Argentina have out there. Lionel Messi can make a difference, and the beauty of Messi is, if you shut him down here, if Brazil are going to make sure that he can't get shots away, they're going to make sure they're going to crowd him out on the edge of the area. Messi is such a good player. Messi has such an armory of weapons. That's fine. He'll just drop in here. If he needs to, he'll be very, very deep. Lautaro can make those runs. Nico Gonzalez as well. And of course, you've got players as well who can get forward from midfield, as we said. Messi will find a way to make an impact on this game, whether it's in the final third, whether it's dropping off. We've seen him create so many goals in this tournament, along with scoring them. And of course, what's going to be key is winning fouls. In and around the box, Lautaro has got to get nice and close to these defenders. You've got to make sure you're winning balls, because if any free kicks at all are given away in any of this area here, this man is going to be onto it, and he, as we know, is a massive threat. So that right there, guys, is the build-up well and truly underway for this Copa America final between Brazil and Argentina. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you see this game going? Where will it be won and lost? Which areas of the field here of Argentina got to focus on? Where are Brazil strong? Where are they not, in your opinion? Please let me know all of that down below. There will be more build-up to come. You can count on that. But Argentina, they have to believe. They have to be brave. This is a huge opportunity. Let me know those thoughts down below. I'll be seeing you soon. But until next time, as always, it's Copa America.